Hi all, welcome to the first part of my project. Here we are going to consider economic GDP, economic growth, and GDP per capita of the countries involved and the relationship between the GDP per capita and then the population and an income level of those countries. And here I started by, creating a pipeline through ETL and then I move it, my data from the pipeline to MySQL. And when you come to the SQL, you see me, I created my dimensions and then fact table. So you see the fact table here. You see all my joins and you see me handling the nodes and cleaning the data basically. Then I moved it into Power BI to create a visualization. And you could see here the star schema for the visualization. Yeah, so we're going to move directly to the Power BI. I'm going to start from the cover page. As I said earlier, this is the economic growth and then the impact that it has on the countries and their population. We're going to move to the first page. I have three indicators here with their charts. The current one is the GDP per capita. That's what we're going to focus more on. But I'm going to show you the current GDP chart, the annual growth rate for both the GDP and the GDP capita. Yeah, we're going to go back to the GDP per capita. In all, the countries here are grouped into regions. So the selected one here is Sub-Saharan Africa, and under it you see the income group of of the countries, right? We have four income groups here. We have high income, low income, lower middle income, and upper middle income. Basically, the metric here is often used to compare economic developments and the standard of living of different countries, as well as the changes in the economic growth and the prosperity of the countries. And as I stated earlier, we have six countries here under upper middle income. When you click on higher income, we have one country that's Seychelles. These are under sub-Saharan African region. We have low income, we have 24 countries, and lower middle income, we have 17 countries. Meaning most of the countries in sub-Saharan Africa are below the poverty line. When we look here on the chart here, we see from 1990, we see the GDP per capita dropping. It dropped to 94. Then it dropped again and it picked up in 2014. That's the highest year. Then it dropped further down in 2016. It picked up and it dropped down again in 2020. And 2020 was because of the COVID. That's why it dropped down. But basically, the trend is moving higher, but then it drops down and it comes up again. We're going to move to another region. Let's go to Europe and Central Asia. What we notice here is that the income group here reduces from four to three. We have higher income, 38 countries under that portion, low income, four countries, and upper middle income, 16 countries. Basically, this means most of the countries under this region are doing well and they are above the poverty line because we don't have the low income group here. And we could see the economic growth for those countries basically doing well and above the poverty line. And we're going to move towards the next charts here. And this is the chart for the entire population. And this is the urbanization and per capita income. This is the group for those among um, the center. Okay, so I'm going to select all, show all here. Okay, so this will give a better representation. So we have here all the populations are selected here, countries are selected here. So on the y-axis, we have the share of the population living in the urban areas on the x-axis, we have the GDP per capita. In 2021, what we notice here is that I created a line to separate it, a line of 20,000. This visualization shows that the economic prosperity and urbanization are strongly correlated. With most of the countries that has GDP above 20,000, you will notice that most of the population lives in the urban cities. So if you could see, I brought this line to separate it from 20,000 GDP per capita and beyond. You notice all the countries here. So we're going to use this line to separate. Then what we notice here is that 60%, if I draw this line here, 60%, above 60%, most of the countries living most of the countries with higher GDP, the population living in the urban center are about 60%. And when we look below 60%, we have a couple of countries, I think about five countries here. This meaning that the higher the GDP per capita, the more the population moves to the urban city. It means that their standard of living has improved. They're able to afford homes at urban city. Their quality, their lifestyle quality has improved, and they are doing well for themselves. Yeah, basically. So I'm going to play the chart here to see how the countries developed within the years from 1990 and how their urban population moved to increased based on the increase in their GDP. It's since 2006, 2008, more countries were moving up here. Then you could see until it's up to 2021. This shows the correlation between both. Thank you. We'll move to the countries here. Then we have the total countries here. I'm going to focus on Sub-Saharan Africa. Then we have the total population of the countries, 48 countries, 19 million of them are females and 19.4 males. Yeah, so higher the population here, so more males than the females here. Then what we notice here is if I select South Africa, 30 million of them are females, then 28 million are males. So it means the female population is higher. Same for Nigeria. Let me see if I can find my home country here, Ghana. So 16.4 of them are females and 16.3 of them are males here. Then we move to the metadata here. So this is basically about the currencies of the country and then how the World Bank measures its data because the data sources from the World Bank and what's how they came about the calculation of the economic growth here. So just move here and you choose one country. Let me see. Here, Angola. This is Uganda. Then the shilling. Then this is the metadata of how the World Bank came with the data. Yeah. So this is the end of my project. Thank you. I hope it meets all your expectation, and I welcome your questions.